Peace, stars. Welcome to another episode of the Knicks podcast. It's your boy Eru, host of the Knicks podcast. We're going to be talking about Jalen Brunson. He just signed. He just officially signed his contract, and then we're also going to talk about Kemba Walker, man. So, I mean, I had made a podcast a few months ago talking about Kemba Walker's impact on the Knicks. You guys didn't really grasp it the way that I expected you to when I first did it. But let's revisit it and just see how the comparisons between Jalen Brunson and Kemba Walker, how let's see how they play against each other. So anyway, this is your boy Eru, Dynamics Podcast. Let's hit the intro. So what's up, guys, man? I'm checking out, trying to find this video that I posted earlier a few months ago, talking about Kemba Walker, his impact on the Knicks. I was making an argument that all we need to do is run pick and rolls. What's the point of having Kemba Walker here if Kemba Walker were just going to be standing in the corner waiting for Julius Randle to give him like a shovel pass or a bullet pass? When that's not his game. His game, Kemba Walker's game is pick and roll, being a primary ball handler and finding the other guys. It shouldn't be the power forward trying to find the point guard. So that's the problem with Tom Thibodeau and Tom Thibodeau coach Knicks, is that when something's so simple, basketball's so simple, guards are guards, forwards are forwards, centers are centers. Nowadays things that get so misconstrued now, where it's like wings. You just okay, lead guard, point guard, wings, bigs, and center. Like when did that become a thing? When did we allow that to happen? Because basketball has been one way this whole entire time. So now, because of I guess branding and shit like that, 2022. Now we want to call it something different. So I'm just trying to scroll down because it's in my head here. I forgot to pull it up before, but it's basically Kemba in the garden and just his pick and rolls and stuff like that. Kemba out. Uh, Kemba versus the Bulls. Excuse me. So it was actually a game against the Bulls where Kemba Walker had a really big game and he just destroyed them in the pick and roll. So that's just something to think about. Kemba Walker, even though he was old, 32, bad knees and things of that nature, and he still was a good player. But before we get really deep into that, man, let's just talk about the current stuff here. I'll share the tweet from Mr. Katz on Twitter, and he posted the actual contract, and the contract is makes me smile because we were talking about this. There was rumors that they were going to do this, but they did do it. They actually made the salaries decrease as time goes on. So the year one, we're talking about 27 million. That's a lot of money, man. 26 the next year, 24 the next year, and 24 the same exact contract for that fourth year. So as you know, salary caps is going to go up and this, that, and the other. Everyone's going to be free agents or whatever. So I mean, so that little bit of $3 million that you lose, and the thing that could help, with another contract. Shout out to Mitchell Robinson because we was able to get him to do the same thing. But Brunson does have a trade kicker, 10% trade kicker. So that means that we're basically stuck with this kid. Right now, he'll be turning 26 before the season starts, the same way Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker turned his birthday's in May. So Jalen Brunson's birthday's in August. So, we're going to get this dude until he's 30. Up until he's basically Kemba Walker's age where he's going to start to show declining and stuff like that. Perfect time, man, because maybe, I don't know if Quickly's going to be here because there's a lot of other rumors, too. You're talking about Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell rumors are back on the forefront now. They're talking about, that Utah is finally, into discussion. Listen, this is Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge is like a big time, like snake. He's like a pool shark. He's like a poker head. You know what I'm saying? He keeps a good poker face, and he likes to manipulate other people. He knows how to pull, how to poke the bear. So we're playing hardball with the guy like Danny Ainge, man. Danny Ainge knows what he wants. He knows that this Utah team, after they traded Rudy Gobert away, that there's no way that they're going to get better just waiting with Donovan Mitchell there. He's going to get older, and the timelines are not going to match. So everybody knows that. I'm quite sure he knows that. He's playing games with the rest of the league, and we'll see what happens. The Knicks are the only team that has all those draft picks to give, and we have a whole bunch of young guys to give also. So shout out to Deuce. Deuce is kind of expendable, guys. Julius Randle, everybody wants to see him go, but if you want to compete, and if you think that Julius Randle is probably like a fourth option on the championship team, if you get Donovan Mitchell without getting rid of Julius Randle, then you're talking about that, and essentially you're talking about a fourth option in the championship team, because Jalen Brunson's got to be up there, RJ's got to be up there, and then Donovan Mitchell, of course, will be the number one option. Unless RJ proves otherwise. Shout out to Cam. Bunch of different things. So that trade could happen. So wait and see. I'm not so enthusiastic about that right now. I just really want to concentrate on the team that we have constructed now, and just look forward going that way. So anyway, let's talk about Kemba. Excuse me. Let's talk about Jalen Brunson for a second. Jalen Brunson, his father is Rick Brunson. He played for the Knicks, but that wasn't his first team. He actually also played for the Chicago Bulls. So it was interesting, just his journey. I was reading that they might have changed addresses like 7 times in his childhood. So I mean, if you're a child of a basketball player, you tend to move around a lot, especially if you're a journeyman. You don't have like, you don't got the big money, but you're still playing professionally, and teams sign you and trade you like crazy. So I mean, it could be like a military family. So you get that with the moving around and stuff. So anyway, he did play for Chicago early on in his career. So there are pictures here. I have a picture saved here of Jalen Brunson and his sister. He has a beautiful sister that looks exactly like the mom. So their genes are crazy like that, because Jalen looks exactly like the dad, and the daughter looks exactly like the mom. So that's them in the Chicago Bulls uniform. This is a little bit older Jalen Brunson. So I mean, it is what it is. You play for your dad plays for the team, you're gonna get the merchandise and stuff like that. Just to bring it back to the Knicks, this is Jalen Brunson when Rick Brunson played for the Knicks here. You can see him with the Timberlands, baggy jeans. You got the vest over the jersey, little sweater underneath the vest, man. So this is typical New York City wear here. So it's cute, man. Just to look back at that. You want to talk about Steph Curry? He was a player's, like a son to a player. These guys, they grow up with other players. They grow up with other players' families. Always around the game of basketball. He's been a winner all this. You can see on the right hand side of the screen there, in this Wikipedia article, he went to Villanova. He won 2 championships with Villanova. So that's incredible too, man. He's just a winner. A guy that's not afraid to move around and stuff. A lot of stuff was being said about nepotism and whatever, but I mean, he's an NBA basketball player. He's a really good NBA basketball player, and a lot of people around the league vouch for him, say he's a good guy, good leader, and stuff like that. All that stuff is proven, man. So that's good to hear. But let's get into some highlights here. Well, before we get to highlights, let's take a look at Kemba Walker. So the reason why I'm even comparing these guys is because they're very similar in height. Kemba Walker. Let me check out his stats. Kemba Walker's stats. He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot even, a buck 84. Jalen Brunson is listed at 6'2". I don't think he's 6'2". I think the guy's closer to 6 foot himself. He's a little bit thicker than Kemba Walker, but not really. But that doesn't really mean anything, because Kemba Walker was a bull out there as a basketball player. Check out his Kemba Walker's stats. Kemba Walker is the great Kemba Walker, came from UConn, from the Bronx. Big time New York City point guard legend. Check out his stats here. 12 points a game his first season, 17, 17, 17. And then that year, the same year that he turned 26, that Jalen Brunson is about to turn 26, entering this season, he averaged 20. And that started the journey of him averaging 20 points. So he averaged 20 points for baseball. I guess you can count the last season in Boston. So he basically averaged 20 points for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. You can check out the stats here. 5 assists, basically 4 rebounds. So that's right around where Jalen Brunson is going to give you. Jalen Brunson is going to give you the same thing. He hasn't done anything more than that his whole career. He's not like a ball dominant guy where he's looking to pass the ball like that. He's looking to score. He's kind of like a mixture of both. So I can see Jalen Brunson hovering around, maybe 17. I'm thinking 17 because we have a bunch of scorers on the team. And so I can see him getting to 17. This 5 assists, I can see him getting to 5 assists. And the rebounds is going to be the same. So prime Jalen Brunson is, I'm going to compare it to prime Kemba Walker. 3-point shot, 37% from the field, from 3-point percentage, 43% from the field. I think that's what it was is going to be for Jalen Brunson. So it's a good person to compare him to. But I just want to look at the last season here. The last season when Walker basically had his worst season. I don't know who to blame. You could blame the injury. Of course, his injury was bad tendonitis, or whatever the hell was going on with him. Cartilage damage. He had like a weird knee disease, whatever. So anyway, he averaged 11, 3, and 3 in spite of that, averaging 25 minutes a game. So I mean, look at the production just based off of last year and whatever. We did get better because Kemba Walker 11, 3, and 3 is not that bad. But I can see, like I said, I can see Jalen Brunson giving us close to 17, basically 5 and 5. Because he's been doing that through his whole career up so far as assists and rebounding. But I think that scoring would definitely go up. So I mean, it's a good comparison, man. So, but here's the thing, we have Tom Thibodeau, so Tom Thibodeau continues to use Julius Randle and RJ Barrett as the primary ball handlers and making the point guard sit on the side. So I mean, we could get by using Jalen Brunson as a spot up shooter and stuff like that, but we didn't sign a point guard and we weren't begging for a point guard just to have him sit in the corner. So I mean, that's a real problem that we could possibly have because you bring Kemba Walker over here to make him a spot up shooter. Never been a spot up shooter his whole entire career. So I mean, Jalen Brunson, I would hate for him to get here and have to play third fiddle, to RJ and Julius Randle and excuse me, fourth fiddle because of Tom Thibodeau. That would fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to everybody in the chat, you know, taking a listen here, man. But I mean, it would really suck because, you want to talk about it that we haven't had a point guard in a long time. Look what New York City has done to New York City point guards. We have Mark Jackson, it was great that we drafted him, rookie of the year, and this, that, and the other. But then, like several years later, he ended up getting traded. And then Ross Strickland, we drafted him, and then he gets traded. Look at another point guard that everyone always forgets about that we haven't had a point guard in years since Charlie Ward or whatever the hell people want to say, or since Mark Jackson. This guy Raymond Felton was a good point guard for us. Raymond Felton was averaging 17 and I think like 7 or 8 when he was with Amari before he got traded for Melo. You know what I'm saying? So people forget about that he put up great stats like that. So we disrespect the point guard, but then we beg for one to come here. So Jalen Brunson will be here soon. He will be gracing the guarding crowd with the Knicks jersey. But be careful what you wish for, man, because I feel like we're in danger of repeating all of that shit. Having the point guard and then playing off of the point guard. Not playing off of the point guard, playing off of the power forwards and stuff. Stuff has definitely got to change. Julius Randle got himself in great shape. So you're just hoping that the Knicks got the memo. Tom Thibodeau got the memo, and they're going to be looking to change his habits here. So I'm going to take a look at Kemba Walker here for a second. Look at some highlights just to compare, man. Because I mean, when you think of Jalen Brunson, you think of one. When you think of Kemba Walker, people forget all about his whole career. Like I showed you, 5 straight seasons, 20 points per game. He averaged 25 one year. He still gave you a lot of rebounds for a guard at 5 assists as well. So I mean, he is a good player. So let's look at some Knicks highlights here. So this is him dribbling the ball here. Nice little pick. Was able to get into the paint. Nice easy layup. I could see Jalen Brunson doing that. Kemba Walker, the old Kemba, is not going to blow past you. Get into the paint, pull up, jump shot. This is exactly what we're going to see Jalen Brunson do. So I don't see why people couldn't stand seeing Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker was trash. Look at Kemba Walker. Still got a little pop in his step. Still got a little bop in his dribble. Still able to come and get into the paint and do a little floater and stuff like that. But it's about running the proper play for these guys to show up, to actually produce on the garden floor. Here he goes here, back side to side dribble with Julius Randle and just pull up jump shot. That's all day, man. This is exactly Jalen Brunson's game. Another little pick, just pull up over the defense, bang. That's all day, man. Here goes another thing. Alley-oop to Mitchell Robinson. You want to talk about unlocking a player? Kemba Walker was doing that for us. But we just didn't go for it. It goes another. Tops Gibson gives him a nice pick. He snakes around the pick and pulls up. Another pull-up jump shot. So this is going to be Jalen Brunson's game, right here. This is all the shots, same shots that Jalen Brunson's going to be able to get. So I can keep going on with that. This same game here is when he had the 44 points against the Chicago Bulls. He called Tom Thibodeau. I'm not going to say it, but he called him a BAN. Bitch ass, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, there might have been a little bit of animosity there, or maybe a little jealousy, over there, or what. I don't know what's going on. But Tom Thibodeau's different. Tom Thibodeau's definitely different when it comes to coaching, and I think he just emasculated Walker, embarrassed him and stuff. Walker was not as bad as people made it out to be. As you can see in the highlights, because we should have been able to take advantage of that. So anyway, I'm gonna play a little bit of Jalen Brunson highlights just for contrast, because I know I'm not bugging. I basically see the same player. Some people still gonna say like, oh, come on, they're different guys. This guy, Kemba Walker sucks and his defense and all this other stuff. People always keep talking about defense, man. But I mean, listen, you got to score and you got to be able to get guys involved here to win the game. Here goes Jalen Brunson, top of the key, pick, goes around the pick, layup. That looks like Kemba Walker highlights. You know what I'm saying? Here we go again. Switch a play here. Where's Jalen? Jalen's at the there's a defensive play there. Jalen's in the middle of the court. Fast break, able to get the layup, finish with contact and stuff like that. It's Kemba Walker all day. Here he goes again, little superficial pick, able to find a cutter on the inside. There were no passing plays in that highlight for Kemba Walker, but Kemba Walker could find guys. He did pass to Mitchell Robinson there in the alley-oop in that highlight. Here he goes again. Kemba Walker faked a pick to KP and still was able to get to the basket with contact. That's another thing too. How much of a beating does Jalen take day to day? Playing basketball. Another pick just pulls up, just like Kemba Walker. One little stupid pick comes around and it just pulls up. Here he goes again. A pick. They show the pick. Here he goes. They roll. Nice little roll. Same thing like Mitchell Robinson. It's the exact same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the exact same shit. So respect to Kemba Walker. I don't know if Kemba Walker will pop in on this or anybody that were Kemba Walker fans and stuff. Listen, man, it's just they're basically the same player, except Kemba Walker is at the end of his career. And Jalen Brunson is not at the beginning. He's at the middle of his career. He's entering his prime, Jalen Brunson. So, the sky's the limit for him. I think he's going to be able to like I said, just mimic, if not get very close to what Kemba Walker did. I'm not going to sit here and say that Jalen Brunson is better than Kemba. I'm not going to forget what Kemba Walker did throughout his career. Jalen Brunson has no explosion. Kemba Walker had a great first step and was able to get to the basket, flying to the basket, prolific scorer and stuff like that. But Jalen Brunson relies on contact and pivoting, change of direction, speed, and shit like that. He doesn't really get his points off the dribble, hard dribbles the way New Yorkers do, cutting, fucking up your ACL trying to get to the basket. That's why Kemba Walker's knees are messed up. That's why my knees and my hips are messed up as a New York City player that played basketball, in the streets and stuff like that. All we did was go to the basket, so that's our MO. And, that's what happened to Kemba Walker. Because like I said, it happened to me. My knees are shot, but, it is what it is. I'm still looking at highlights on the side here, man. It annoys me because they're essentially the same player, except Jalen Brunson is nowhere near as explosive as Kemba Walker was in Kemba Walker's prime. So 2 years ago, Kemba Walker was an all-star. You know what I'm saying? An all-star for Boston Celtics. Once upon a time, Kemba was good, man. At one point in time, so can Jalen Brunson get there? I absolutely believe so. Can Jalen Brunson get there? Yes, I can. Yes, I believe it. Is it going to get better when we get Donovan Mitchell here? Yes, because not for nothing, Donovan Mitchell is going to do a lot of ball handling, from the guard spot. You need that. It takes the ball handling away from RJ. But at the same time, you're going to need RJ to ball handle just to give Donovan and Jalen a break to let them play off the ball a little bit. So I mean, it could work. This is something that's going to be discussed in the next couple of days or something like that. After Summer League, I'm quite sure they don't want to have a big news break in the middle of Summer League where it will just dominate Summer League. I'm quite sure both teams, Utah and the Knicks, probably don't want that storm right now. They probably pace themselves, wait till after the Summer League, then maybe make a push for a trade just for logistic and just for for morale purposes, because it's going to be like a media storm and it's going to destroy the Summer League if they make that trade for Donovan Mitchell. So we'll see, man. I think the Knicks have a good shot at making that trade. The most important thing is we got Jalen Brunson, RJ and Julius Randle, and we're just gonna have to figure out from here, man. So anyway, I see Tyreek here. I'm gonna fast forward. Tyreek said, compare Kemba's knees to Brunson's knees. I don't think you're listening to what the fuck I'm saying. Kemba Walker at the end of his career, he's 32 years old compared to Jalen Brunson at 26. So let's compare Jalen Brunson at 32 to Kemba Walker at 32. Oh, we can't because Jalen Brunson's not 32. So what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make, when Kemba Walker was 26, he wasn't having these knee problems. He was at the peak of his career, didn't quite average 25 yet. He was on his way to averaging those totals. After his 26th birthday. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that. People always want to keep going harping on the same shit. As like a witch hunt because it's so funny. But I mean, like let's talk basketball. Let's talk basketball and stop the fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's really annoying having to talk basketball, but then you gotta freaking fight the person over simple vocabulary. You mean State had a big fight the other day because of that, because of the word unlocked and stuff like that. So listen, that is so annoying. The same thing with the always knees. Compare Jalen Brunson's knees to the knees. Listen, man, get off it. Get off it. I played the highlights. You see the highlights are very similar. One guy's 26, the other guy's 32. What the fuck you want from me? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we already have proof that the point guard works in New York, but we just have to believe in it. Tom Thibodeau has to be the one to implement that playing style into what we do. And up until this point, it hasn't been the case. If you look at summer league, we're watching summer league. I stayed up the other night till 1 o'clock, covering the summer league game. If you watch the offense, the offense is like whoever gets the rebound, they just go. So it's gonna be like everybody's gonna be ball handling. Julius is still gonna be ball handling. RJ and Brunson, all three of these guys are gonna be handling the ball. They asked Jericho Sims to bring up the ball a lot too. So will Mitchell Robinson be asked to bring the ball up as well? These are all big time questions here. For Knicks next season. I think that's what we're gonna do. Guys are gonna everybody's gonna get a chance to play point guard. Everybody's gonna get a chance to run offense, facilitate, take breaks on offense, hopefully. So I mean that's my wish. If I was coaching this team, I have Jalen Brunson, who is not he doesn't see the floor. He's not like he's not John Stockton. You know what I'm saying? He's he's Kemba Walker. He's not known for making a lot of assist games. He doesn't get those type of games. Kemba Walker will do that from time to time. But Jalen Brunson, I don't think I remember him getting so many high assist games, where he's dominating the game, passing the ball. I don't think he has that in his game. So how I would approach it is that you got to find a point guard. You always got to find a point guard to me. But sometimes, you could just let the point guard chill out for a little while. Let RJ run the offense a little bit. I'll run some offense through Julius Randle, but it shouldn't be the primary thing. Jalen Brunson needs to be the primary ball handler at all times. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we make this straight for Donovan Mitchell. Those two guys are going to have to be the dominant ball handlers at times. And like I said, let them relax throughout the course of the game, especially playoff time. And when it's time to let certain guys get the ball, then we just let them get it. The Knicks run that 2 man on one side, 2 men on the other side, one guy in the middle going one-on-one type thing. Hopefully we implement a lot of curls. I did see that in the first 2 summer league games, a couple curl plays where they kind of just run off the top of the key and then send them back down into the paint. I can see Jalen Brunson doing well with that. I can see RJ doing well with that. So it just remains to be seen. Donovan Mitchell will eat like crazy in an offense like that. So it's interesting, man. I just really want to really talk about that and fantasize about how these guys can actually fit in the lineup rather than talk about, we need a guy that can play defense and this, that, and the other. Let's talk about how we can use these fucking guys to win basketball games. Let's imagine this. Let's look at the offense and imagine how our guys will fit into these pieces, man. So I mean, that's where the conversation should be going. Not in the fantasy world, man. Not in fantasy. So let me say what's up to guys. You got Geraldine is here. Cream Graham was good. Cream, what are you talking about? Hit the thumbs up for your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? We got some competition today. Shout out to Steph. I forgot that she goes on Tuesday, so I didn't do that on purpose. She comes on at 9. I forgot who she's talking about today. But but anyway, shout out to that. It's good to have competition. Like I said, this is like TV. Like I don't watch anything but my own show. I don't watch anybody else's show and anything like that. I'm aware of Steph only because of the MBK fan and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the same way you could change the channel, or the same way you can DVR stuff and go back to it and watch. That's how you do it, man. Listen, support everybody, support all content. Everybody's content is good. Mine's might be a little bit rough around the edges, but people seem to like it. So please continue to support, and I'll continue to put these podcasts together. Shout out to Cully, Almighty Finesse was good, my man. What else is going on here? Yeah, Tariq likes to write in caps too. So I know Tariq from the comments. He's one of those guys that like to drop bombs in the comments and stuff like that. But it's all good. I appreciate everybody's feedback and stuff. No disrespect to anyone. We're just talking basketball. I'm not disrespecting anybody's take, so don't take it that way. Tough Love was good. Tough Love. Me and Tough Love text each other all day long, like we're BFFs and shit like that. So that's cool. So anyway, I just wanted to get that notion out of there that Jalen Brunson is here. Let's be excited. I'm not here to hate on Jalen Brunson. There is a way to win with Jalen Brunson, and I just showed it. I showed the Kemba Walker highlights, and that proves that the Knicks did have a point guard at one point where we did run point guard options, and Jalen Brunson can fit right in there like a cookie cutter because Jalen Brunson's game is exactly like Kemba Walker's game. Except Kemba Walker, like I said, in his prime, he was way more explosive than he showed with the Knicks. But the non-explosive Kemba Walker is comparable to the non-explosive Jalen Brunson that we're getting. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, man. I think a lot of you are going to be pissed off because you just saw the playoffs and you think this guy is going to be a certain way. But once we get him, you're going to have to really sit back and wonder what the fuck is going on. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Prepare yourself for it because we're going to be arguing about this shit all season, especially in the beginning if it doesn't gel quick enough. You know what I'm saying? So it usually takes around Christmas, around the New Year. Shout out to Fournier. Fournier didn't really start clicking until January. RJ didn't start clicking until January. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about January. That's when we're really going to hit our stride and start to play better. Hopefully. The worst case scenario is that the bottom falls out completely and then Tom Thibodeau gets fired and it's just a shit show. This, that, and the other. So I mean, it's cool. One more thing about this Quentin Grimes situation. If we trade for Donovan Mitchell, are you gonna bitch that you want Quentin Grimes to start? Because I see people talking about that. I see people talking about I'd rather have Quentin Grimes start and Donovan Mitchell don't play no defense. Like Jesus Christ, man. We could play defense. As a team. It's a team sport. We're not playing one-on-one. We're not playing knockouts. You know what I'm saying? If we're playing knockouts, then Donovan Mitchell's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But if we're playing in a team concept, whatever, then the other team's in trouble. Because how are you going to stop Julius Randle, RJ, Jalen Brunson, and Donovan Mitchell in the same starting lineup? How are you going to do that? And then it depends who we still have left. I'm hoping that Quentin Grimes is there. Who else? You never know because we're going to have to trade some guys in order to get Donovan Mitchell. So I mean, just prepare yourself for the bullshit because it's coming. Everybody thinks they know everything and think they're smarter than everybody else. But wait till the fucking game start, and then you start seeing what's happening. Then you're really gonna see something, man. So anyway, yeah. Kareem, what are you talking about here? Yeah, man, get those thumbs up for the pod. Still trying to give me the thumbs up. Trade Jalen Brunson for a package for Spider. Hey, if we had him for a season, I would be saying that. I would trade RJ for Spider. I know everyone's waiting for me to say that. I would do that. Because it also depends on if we give up RJ, then that shortens the package. Because now if I give you RJ, that's our best young player. You know what I'm saying? We can still survive because if you believe in Cam Reddish, then Cam Reddish can sit right there in the small forward spot with Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, and we'll be fine. To tell you the truth, we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But if we give up RJ, then the package will be shortened. We'll keep more of our assets. So anyway, there's something to think about there, man. There's a lot of stuff to contemplate and whatever. But maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow, fully with Donovan Mitchell situation. But anyway, this is a really Jalen Brunson, and I just want Knicks fans to just be prepared for that. January will be too late, but like I said, it took Fournier until January to wake up. It took RJ until January to wake up. So I mean, you can only go by what has happened already. You can only go by what's happened. RJ is notoriously a slow starter in the season. He's already entering his fourth year now, going to his fourth year. His first 3 seasons in the NBA, it took him forever to snap out of it. His first season on the Fizdale, he played okay, and then he had his ups and downs and stuff like that. Super horrible slump, that first year, I believe. The second year, like I said, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, and then next thing you know, he became a sniper in his second year. That sniping 3-point shot did not transfer over into the third year. And like I said, it took him until almost January for him to really get on the roll and start playing really well. So chances are RJ is gonna take a while to get warmed up. Chances are. Saying just prepare for all that shit, man. But like I said, I would trade RJ if it came down to it. Because listen, like I said, if you believe in Cam and if you believe in Quentin Grimes, because if we trade in RJ, then I'm not trading Quentin Grimes. You could go fuck yourself. Cam, I'm not trading Cam Reddish either. If we traded RJ, it's not happening. What I'm saying? It's like either trade those two or take RJ. Either one. You can't have all three. But I can deal with Cam Reddish being a starter. Like I said, because you got to read the whole team off. Julius Randle, Cam Reddish, Mitchell Robinson, Brunson, and Donovan Mitchell. I could deal with that. That's something I could put out there and I'll be fine with. And I wouldn't even think about RJ anymore. But like I said, the best case scenario for us is to keep RJ, because I'm having RJ with the way that he plays leadership and all this, that, and the other. That's definitely gonna be way better for us. But like I said, it's a give and take with those trades. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. I just want to talk about Jalen Brunson. I'm getting too far into the Donovan Mitchell stuff. But Jalen Brunson and Kemba Walker, to me, they're the same player. Knicks Kemba Walker is the same as Jalen Brunson. That is the blueprint. Guys, get out there and watch highlights of Kemba Walker and how he fit with the Knicks. That is the blueprint of how we can win with Jalen Brunson. So without further ado, let me get the hell up out of here. See, look, here goes Tyreek. The only thing he heard is that I want to trade RJ Barrett. What the fuck you talking about? RJ was sick in the beginning of the year. Yeah, he was sick in the beginning of the year. Maybe he stuck his finger in the wrong hole and touched his mouth, and now he got herpes or something. Who knows? Who knows what made him sick? You know what I'm saying? But regardless of the fact if he was sick or whatever you say he was, his first 2 seasons something was wrong with him too. You know what I'm saying? So history, is history. You can't just fabricate it to make your point. Regardless if he was sick or not, it still took him a while to get started in the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? And he's been improving every year, and I'm going to trade him. Listen, man, whatever. I didn't say that was the priority, is to trade RJ Barrett. So anyway, like I said, it's an argument for another day. So anyway, I see you guys next time. It's your boy Ebru. 4 fingers to the 4, tucking your thumb salute, and I see you guys on the next one. All right, peace.